This is Bradley over at Locust Tap, hanging out with the Poor People Podcast. Today I'm going to be making a beach tits.
What's that?
Shut up, nerd. It's red. It tastes like red. Cheers.
All right.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, I almost... Beach tits.
Yeah.
We like titties.
So wait, what's the variation of a beach tits compared to a titty bowl?
The beach tits just has tropical Red Bull instead of regular Red Bull. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yum. Bradley, are you using your
kinda
new
like it.
koozie?
Of course. Yeah. Thank you.
love
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I haven't even seen those yet.
Well, oh yeah,
Oh.
you haven't, have
Like,
you?
not in person.
They look great.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a surprise for me to all of them. Michael got to see them early.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I think... did you have those when Maddie was here?
No, I
No.
didn't. I wish I did, but I got them when we were filming with Maddie on our podcast from
I
Carrie.
see.
Yep. Shout out Regal Beagle.
Shout out Regal Beagle.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember
Is that the place
Yep.
that used to be Pots and Shots?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Well,
Intro.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, I gotta remember this. Welcome to Poor People.
We're the poor people. My name's Haley.
I'm Jaydn.
and I'm Anna.
And I'm Bradley.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're at Locust Tap.
We're at the Locust Tap. Was I supposed to say Locust Tap? My bad.
I don't think it really matters who says it.
We're filming at the Locust Tap.
Yeah, and so this is like apparent. I think you kind of give us a rundown, and it was, I think, the oldest bar.
It is
in
the
Des
oldest
Moines?
bar in the city, yeah.
Oh, in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I thought High Life was or something like that, or one of those.
It's up there.
Or maybe I asked them and they told me no.
I mean, they're considered an older bar. It's been around for quite some time.
It's
but
classic Des
probably-
Moines, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they said that they'd only been open since like 2006 or something. Whenever we went there, 'Cause the vibe was to be like a 70s.
Oh, okay.
But
But
that's still
They got us beat by this much. We've been open since 1937.
Oh my
Gotcha.
gosh.
Right
That's
there.
crazy.
So, and it started off as a bar.
Yes.
Right.
Well, no. Sorry. In the 1800s, it was a bank, and then it was like a pharmacy, like a general store for a while, and then in 1937 it became a bar.
Gotcha. I
And then
can
it's-
definitely see this being a bank. Is there like a vault in here?
Yeah. The walk-in used to
Oh,
be the vault.
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
No way.
Yeah.
I just found out that our bar used to be a bank as well. That's
Yeah.
why there's a big vault down there.
Oh, nice.
Was it
Yeah.
still called Locust Tap when it was a bar? Like when it first became a bar?
Yeah. It's been either Locust Tap or Locust Tavern.
Wow.
The entire time it's been
Cool.
Crazy.
around. Yeah.
One owner?
No.
And you've been
guy.
here this whole time then,
I've been
right?
yeah. No, I've been here for 6 years.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's get a little background on you, Bradley, because so I've known you for a while, kind of. Like we've always been in the same general area,
Yeah.
but never like met.
We didn't
fully.
formally meet until a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but we've definitely worked in the same venues before, doing different things. But yeah, so give us a little bit of your background.
Okay. I mean, as far as here goes, I mean, I started over at Up Down. We're under the same management umbrella as them and a bunch of other bars. So kind of started over there in 2019, just as a door guy. Just picked up a couple shifts a week to try and supplement my income. I was working at a music venue at the time, and it. Especially in the wintertime, not a whole lot of bands are going on tour. So,
Yeah.
I could be working, 10 shows a week, or I could be working 2 shows a week. So it's just all right, it'd be nice to just have something that's going to be solid every week that I can, at least have some fun money for.
Right.
So yeah, started over there, and then very quickly they were just like, hey, we need a bar back. And I was like, I don't want to do it. Like, I was so reluctant to like move up at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I'm just here for some fun money, dude. I don't want to do it. And they're like, it'd be really cool if you did. So
That's how they get you.
yeah, finally I caved and I was like, all right, I'll bar back. And then like a couple months into that, they were just like, hey, well, there's like a Monday nights are open at Locust Tap if you want to start bartending. And I was like, anything to get me out of bar backing. Yeah, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've been working the Monday nights for 6 years now, and then ever since then, I just like picked up more and more shifts, and then eventually got to the point where it was like I'm making so much more money bartending here than it's like. So I then eventually kind of like had to phase out of like the audio world or like working at like music venues and stuff.
But do you still do audio for
I'll
bands and stuff?
Yeah, I'll still fill in. Like if a band like hires me to run sound for them, yeah, I mean I'll absolutely do that. Like, I love doing that way more than pouring drinks for drunk people. I'll tell you that.
But you feel that you make more money as a bartender than you did doing audio at like the music venues?
Yes.
Wow, that's actually kind of crazy.
Well, because I mean, if it's a job that's fun,
Right.
it's probably not going to pay that well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
if you're
dude.
enjoying it, you're probably not making much
Yeah.
money.
Very true. Very true.
So what venues have you worked at down here?
I worked at Lefty's Live Music for like
Okay.
8 years.
Okay.
And I was there since like day one. Like I actually installed their sound system and
Okay.
like programmed the whole thing and got the whole stage set up for them. And before that, and like I'll still fill in over at like Woolies occasionally.
Okay.
And then I don't know, like I did a show at like Prairie Meadows once.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like some like local cover band hired me to run sound for them while they were opening up for like the Bret Michaels band.
Oh, okay.
Not Poison,
Okay.
but just specifically Bret Michaels.
Okay.
Like the Bret Michaels Experience or something. But they did a lot of Poison songs.
Yeah.
His what was the show that he had? Like Bret Michaels,
Rock of Love.
Rock of
Yeah,
Love,
Rock of
dude.
seasons 1 and 2. And I watched the shit out of seasons 1 and 2. And so when I saw him in person, I was like, you're so much shorter than I thought you were gonna be.
Right.
Dude, Rock of Love, hands down better than Love Island.
Fun story. Bret Michaels did touch my dick.
What about?
Oh my god,
Sorry.
we had to save that for
All right,
Patreon.
yeah.
We have to
Oh,
save
okay,
that for
all right,
Patreon.
all right. So
Yeah.
do we need to save that? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just we'll save that for Patreon because that's a good segue. into that.
How much is your Patreon a month?
$5.
Oh, there you go. $5 you can hear about how Bret Michaels touched my dick.
Oh my god.
Okay. Oh my god,
Cool.
dude! I'm so excited. I'm so glad we brought that up. Did Flava Flav touch your dick too?
No, I've never met.
he has his own reality show also.
Yeah, he had 3 seasons. That went for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And that one's equally as good as Rock of Love, I
Yes,
would
it is.
say.
I
I
watched
would
that
say it
one.
was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, he's not with any girl from like all 3 seasons.
No.
He struck out 3 times.
Well, on another gay note, I always heard that this was rumored to be a lesbian bar. What do you know about that?
Ooh.
I saw a shirt at Raygun that kind of confirmed this once. It
No
said,
way.
yeah, it said Locust Tap, oldest lesbian bar in Des Moines. I was like, I fucking knew it. Yeah, this is a lesbian bar. Because like, it's not always obvious.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of times you'll come in here and be like, I thought this was a lesbian bar. Where are all the lesbians? And it's
Right.
like, I think they like to be a little secretive about like where all they hang out. So it's like, yeah,
Like
I mean,
in here.
Yeah, like sometimes you'll
Like
see them in here.
Sometimes they hang out in like different areas.
Yeah. But other times, I mean, like, I think there's
Okay.
a collection of bars that they'll hang out in.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know if like among the employees, like you guys like know.
Oh
that it's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah. No,
lesbian
we
bar.
know it's a lesbian bar. We love that it's a lesbian. I mean, we got a sign over there that has fucking scissors on it. It's,
Hell yeah,
And they're
okay.
scissoring. I
Love
mean,
it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did I never notice that? That's awesome.
I mean, we're kind of leaning into it at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Beach
We love it.
tits, titty balls, all night.
And the sign even has
You're not
the
wrong.
same sass too.
Oh yeah.
Established before you were born.
Oh, that's been the logo here for a while now. Yeah.
That is awesome. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah.
know
That's
that?
awesome. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
we're
gonna come
kinda
here.
I mean,
way
we're
more
like
often.
smack dab in the middle of the neighborhood. I mean, like,
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
How is Pride Week for you guys? Do you guys
it
get really busy
was
in here?
insane.
I bet.
Can you
Oh
give
my
us-
God.
Yeah. Do you love working Pride? Do you make sure that you're actually working if no one else wants to do it and they want to go enjoy themselves out?
Oh, yeah.
At Pride. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm taking as many shifts as I can
Oh, yeah.
during
Yeah.
Pride because like I'm not like, I don't know, like it feels kind of like. No, I'm not gonna steal someone else's bit here.
Do you feel like a fake?
No. Like I love working here during Pride, but like going out and celebrating it, and like I'm just like, yeah, just eating at food trucks and
Right.
I'm just like, what do I do? It's just like I'm here as an ally, but I'm just like, what?
Yeah, you'd rather be like here during Pride making money.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
you're
for
still
sure.
like involved in the festivities,
I feel
but
much
you're
more,
also making money.
Yeah, I feel much more supportive behind the bar. I'm just
Yeah.
like, here, I'm helping you have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like out there, I'm just like, yeah, fucking go be gay. Yeah, good at you.
Hell yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
dude. Does the parade come right over here? Come down
The
over
parade
here?
was over on Grand.
Oh, okay.
Which I live just off of Grand, and I didn't realize the parade was going on. And then while it was happening, like I remember, like I went downstairs to like try and like I was, I wanted to take advantage of like the food trucks being like right outside. So
Yeah.
But like I came out of my apartment building, I was like, oh Jesus Christ, it's right there.
Yeah.
All right, hello, and it was kind of funny because I'm watching and like people are just cheering for other people that are just like walking down the street, and I'm just like, yeah, like you're so gay, yeah. And then people would cheer harder, and I'm just like, what happened? And then like someone did like a very flamboyant backflip, and I was
Yeah.
like, that one's even gayer, yeah, let's cheer louder. And it's like,
How do you
like,
get
no,
a
I love it.
flamboyant backflip?
Oh,
That's
If
what I
you
wanna
saw
see.
it, you would know.
I would like to see it. I'm gonna Google it.
have you seen Bring It On?
Is
Yeah.
there a
Oh my
non-flamboyant backflip?
I have seen
I feel
all
like
of
flipping
the
is just a little bit feminine.
Every flip.
Is
All
it?
right. No. If you can do it without the hands, it's less flamboyant.
You have to do it. You have to do it frowning.
Like if you've seen like Channing Tatum in like Step Up,
Yeah.
like how
Great
he does a
movie.
backflip
Great
with no
movie.
hands.
I just don't. I think that statement exactly though is not really a good case for your argument.
No, absolutely
I
not.
see Channing Tatum and Step Up, super straight movie.
No. I'm not saying it was a straight movie, but I'm just saying
sorry.
like that's how you do a less flamboyant backflip.
Right.
But if it's like a back handspring,
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
oh.
cutting in and out. I think.
We're back, but
Okay.
it was a little
all right, we back, baby.
I think maybe not.
check.
Something's twitching.
Yeah,
or
just
something.
don't touch it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, it's just ours.
Oh, it's just the phones.
ours.
It's just the phones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this year, like Friday, very manageable. Like Pride didn't really get started until it officially didn't start till 5 p.m. But like we were trying to staff for it, but you just expect it to be the most insane
Oh, yeah.
time ever. But yeah, Friday was like very manageable. Saturday from like 4 p.m. on, just nonstop insanity.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, 'cause they closed the street down so people can just like take their drink to go and drink out on the street.
Oh, no way.
I
So
didn't
it was
realize they
like-
did that.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you make a drink for someone, you think you're done with that spot, and then like you go to serve someone else, and then like 10 seconds later there'd be a new face at the spot
Yeah.
you just served, and it's like, oh shit. Oh, this is never gonna stop, is it?
So what do you have two bartenders back here?
Yeah, we had two bartenders, as well as like a beer tub station.
Nice.
We never have a bar back. We had one this year.
Yeah.
And shout out Alex, fucking killed it.
Nice.
Hardest working person in this building for sure. And then we also had a door guy, which we never have.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'm not going to spend, 10 seconds checking everyone's ID
Yeah.
instead of.
Dude, we should
When we
actually
can-
interview a bar back at some
Yeah,
point.
we should.
And we just
Yeah.
cut the whole interview.
No one wants to see them.
We just cut the whole interview. Just bleep him out every time. He's like blurred. No,
It's like wait for him to just like, and then cut.
Yeah.
end of the episode.
Yep.
Yeah. That's actually a good bit. We should definitely do that.
It's a good bit, but I actually would like to hear like a bar back's perspective
Oh, no,
on
same,
it.
same too. There's because I'm sure that they don't get treated super awesome all the time,
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm sure there's plenty also that get treated very well too.
I mean, as long as you're doing your job well, you get treated
Right.
well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so during Pride, you said they shut down this road.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not, the parade doesn't go here, but it's like, how big is it, like, blocked off?
It went from like East 2nd to East 6th. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
about like
Okay.
4 blocks they shut down on Locust, with about another, like from Locust to Walnut and Locust to Grand.
Yeah.
Along like as like legs of each of the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big deal. They had stages on either side. So like this year, I think like Slater was one of the headliners. Allie and AJ was another headliner.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which was awesome. I mean, I didn't get to see him, but like just
Yeah.
watching people's snaps, I'm like, oh, I'm glad everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
I was stuck behind the bar making
Yep.
the most money I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
So thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Okay, so what is like that? Because just that feeling kind of made me think like, I guess the feeling of when you're so busy and you know it's just going to continuously busy and you're only like 30 minutes into your shift or something. Like, I don't know, that feeling, like, what is that? Is it dread or is it like excitement? Is it anxiety? Like, I don't know. I guess it's a kind of, for me, it's a mixture.
It was definitely
It's
a
like-
mixture of everything. Because
Yeah.
I remember I showed up at 8 for my shift. By 8:30, I'm like, I feel like I've served an entire night's worth of drinks already.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
got to be like 1 a.m. Seeing I'm only 30 minutes in, I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is happening?
Oh my god.
I was like, is this gonna be forever? Like, am I stuck like this?
Right.
Is this the rest of my life now?
Well-
And yeah, there was like a little bit of panic, and then I was just like, nope, just lock in and
Yeah.
just get it done, and then like trust that like our bar back is gonna, and just it's also like just having good communication with your bar back too,
Right.
Because there was like Friday night they were able to keep up fine because it wasn't that crazy, but Saturday. Like, that was the only time I ever had to be like, hey, instead of doing this, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is way more important right now than making sure that, like, our Red Bull fridge that's missing 2 cans is completely stocked up.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so true. Like, especially when you work the end of the night and you're like, it's that existential dread almost, or we'll just call it that. But it's a mixture of things. But when you get to that point and then you're working so hard, you're realizing that time's not going fast at all. But then you get to the end of the night and you just feel so beat. But then you're like a grand, more richer, and you're like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah. It was,
all
by the
worth
end, it was
it.
worth it.
Yeah.
It really was like, well, by the end of the night, like once we had everything like done and counted out and like everyone was paid out and we were all cleaned up, it was just like we were so like almost like high from just like how exciting that was and like how much money we just made, and they were just like we just wanted to hang out, so we ended up like staying until like 6 a.m. and just being like just talking shit about the night. And it was just like, you remember this, remember that was crazy.
Oh man.
I love that
Fun.
feeling, and that also gives you a sense of excitement for next year, though, too. Like, you
Yeah.
know that you can do it. Everyone can handle it. You may have some like bumps in the road every once in a while, like when you have to tell someone like, "Hey, don't do that. Do this for me because we need that." But it makes the time go by faster.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
definitely
sure.
the time travel for sure.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
I will say, like, I did go from like 8:30 to 1:30,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just that like
That
that first like
part.
30
Yeah.
minutes. I was
Yeah.
just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to get acclimated to your clientele and everything that's
Yep.
going on. So like that 30 minutes may seem like a lot, but like you said, in a blink of an eye, it's 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just nice to get that little cushion in, and then you're like, okay, I can do this.
Over
and
the bump. And
Yep.
then you get kind of comfortable like
Yep.
in the chaos
Yep.
and you're just like, going through the motions.
Yeah.
It gets
I mean,
easier.
Yeah.
But you guys work over on court, don't you? I mean, like, isn't it just that insane every weekend?
No, dude,
every
that's
weekend.
that's actually what we should talk about next, is like how it's kind of shifted over here, because like that's what I was thinking is I worked during Pride too, and like I wasn't super busy on like that.
Well, yeah,
Sunday.
everyone was here, but
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
that's
I mean,
what
like
I'm saying.
every other weekend out of the year, I mean, like you
yeah,
guys are the stars of the show, right?
It does get like I worked for you this weekend, dude.
Yeah.
Friday and
I
Saturday.
wanted to ask
is
you how Friday
fucking
was. Fridays, I
chill,
love
dude.
my Fridays.
I liked it a lot. So if you ever need anybody to cover your shifts, I got you.
yeah.
dude.
You want to work on the 4th of July?
I already am.
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
Downstairs?
At my other 2 jobs.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Um,
Anyways. No, like, yeah, I feel like it used to be Court Ave was the very
Yeah.
popular spot, but it seems like everyone's kind of moved to the East Village.
we have noticed ever since Court Center
Yeah.
shut
Yeah,
down.
Court
Yep.
Center shut down. Yeah, everyone's moving over
we've
here.
been, especially like after midnight, we've been getting a lot of the court people migrating over,
Yeah.
and we don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I will say honestly, when I go out, I want to come to the East Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Same.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a
Well,
vibe down here. I mean, it's pretty.
I go
it's
to
great.
2 bars on Court, and we work at them, and then I go to East Village.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if I'm going out on court, like I'm going to Tonic, I'm going to Shorty's,
Right.
I'm going to Lyft. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
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 Did you hear that? Tonic Shorty's lift.
Not in that order.
I have walked into Bomb Bar a few times. I've had a good time.
See, thank you.
Sorry, I love Bomb Bar too, but we have a lot of people that go to Bomb Bar instead of Tonic, but that's just because like they have like a whole different vibe than what Tonic does.
Oh, for sure.
Plus,
Yeah.
Bomb Bar is more of a finisher bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. Tonic is a starter bar.
It definitely is. It is. I know that for sure. It's a starter bar, but also people come over because all the other bars close early, so
Yeah.
they know that it's a finisher bar as well.
I've been
'Cause-
staying open till
yeah.
midnight every night.
Yeah,
Because
good.
you
Wait, so
told me
how many
that.
bars
Good.
close early over there now?
like
Fucking
4.
all of them, it seems
all of
like.
them.
Pretty
Yeah.
much you, I don't even know any other, well, I don't care about any other
I
bars.
think
that
Tonic
work
and
over
Copper
there, I
are the
guess.
only ones that stay till 2 during the week.
It
Oh,
depends.
no shit.
It depends on the bartender. It's
Yeah.
based on their discretion because they
Oh, okay.
like some people, their restaurants close at 9
Yeah.
because they have food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they close at like 9 or 10. I don't know. I don't know anyone else's hours. I feel really bad when people ask me and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, and the thing is too, is because when we had that conversation, basically just to recap, you were saying like Bomb Bar should stay open till 2, or other bars in that area should stay open till 2, and you have to do that consistently. And I completely agree, but at the same time, we also don't have the same clientele as those other bars, and like any other bar. I mean, any bar can have any clientele, but I guess it's just our. It's I don't know why, but like it's just I know the people that like regularly frequent Tonic aren't gonna come into Bomb Bar right away. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
that
like
makes sense.
So it's just kind of depends on the situation, but that's why I've also been staying open at least till midnight. And then I'll like start closing down around then, because then I can be like, okay, well, if anybody else walks in, I'll stay open. But otherwise, if it's gonna stay dead for another hour, I'm not gonna. It doesn't make sense.
Do you ever start closing to try and get people to come in?
Oh,
Kind of.
It always
Yeah.
seems like as soon as I get my sinks done, that's when I get a rush of people.
yeah, when you like
Or-
start cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Or
once
if
I hit that point of like, all right, I'm probably not. I'm like, I do the one thing that it's just like, once I'm past this, it's gonna suck to bartend the rest of the night if people come
yeah,
in.
it's the magic juju.
That's when people come in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the magic juju. I love that. We were actually talking about, so like we were busy on Saturday and I looked at the girl, I was like, how much closing stuff can we get done without it looking like we closed this place? Like
Right.
just to get like some of our side work done so we don't have to worry about doing any extra stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, we're normally just stocking at the end of the night, which is really nice. And I'm glad that we're all on the same page. But yeah, no, we make it look like we are not closed, but like how like
Right.
close can we get it to look
Yeah.
like it's
I've
not
been
closed?
called out a few times. Where someone comes in just like, "Are you closed?" I'm like, "No, not at all."
No, yeah.
And then they're just like,
and as you're pulling the
Like-
fruit tray back out of the cooler.
but they're just like, your fucking candles are blown out. There's like cups on all your bottle. Like I see it. Like I see
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
closed, and I'm like, no,
Dude,
it's fine. It's fine.
I've like had the lights on, everything shut down, like about to lock the door, and people are like, come up to the door, and they're like, "You guys open?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally open."
If I'm at that point, they're like, no, I'm fucking closed at that point.
Just slowly turn
I've-
the lights back off.
I've actually done that, and I had to like reopen my register and everything too.
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like,
Oh my god, yeah,
I-
you got. Yeah,
no, if my
Yeah.
register's closed down, I'm closed
Yeah.
out. No way.
I
No,
thought
because
about it.
I'm not gonna try to explain that to management. They're just like, it's like,
What
why
happened?
did you? It's like, let's not talk about
Craziest
it.
thing.
I had that happen last Sunday. I was closing down the big, and
I hate that.
anyways,
What?
we're like
Big?
done. There was like a few there was one couple sitting at the bar, and then they're like, we're like, oh yeah, it's last call. We have like a weird noise ordinance, so we have to close it like right at 11 or something, 10, something like that.
Fucking
And so-
Waukee.
whatever. So we're shutting down, and then they're like, yeah, well, I'll give you one more. And they were like, they were really nice and everything. And then, they finished up, and I was like, oh, are you guys heading out? And they're like, well, wait, can we stay? And I was like, no, get out. I didn't realize they were seriously asking me if they could stay, but also I was like, no, we told you half an hour ago that we were closed. We
Yeah.
can't stay open anymore. But then just the way, I don't think he's going to come back, is the way I was like, no, leave, idiot. What are you, stupid?
We're not friends anymore.
Well, I mean, oh God, one of my regulars asked me, he goes, are you just nice to me to make more tips? Are you actually like my friend? And I just looked at him and I was like, yeah, I'm an acquaintance of yours. I don't actually like hang out with you
I don't
outside of
actually
here.
like you. We're just acquaintances.
But like, I just looked at him and I was like, no, I go, you don't even, doesn't even tip me because he gets sodas. He doesn't even tip me on a soda, but like that doesn't make me mad. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
you come in here and you don't tip me. I go, now if it was any of the other girls, they'd be like telling you off, like, hey, like. This,
Oh,
like,
dude, I've been doing that recently, and it is like my new favorite fucking thing to do. I'm dead serious. When people don't tip, and like I had this one couple come in, and the first time signs a check, doesn't sign it, or he signs a check, doesn't tip me. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, whatever. They're probably gonna leave, blow it off. But then he orders another drink, and he keeps paying with his card one at a time. And
So
so the second time he does it again, and I'm like, hey bud, you want to fill that out for me?
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh my bad,
Line
I'm super
Right.
drunk.
0.
Yeah.
No, he gives me like $4, whatever.
Oh,
does
okay.
it again, and then pays me cash this time, right? And I'm like, okay, cool, we're all good. You know, like you made up, you paid me twice, didn't
Yeah.
pay me once, we're good. Does it again, does the same thing, signs it, doesn't fill out the tip line. And I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Does it again one more time, dude. I'm dead serious. This is like the order that this happened, and then he does it again. I'm like, hey bud, you want to fill that out for me one more time? And then and then every time after that he kept doing it.
Yeah.
I just was like, hey, you want to fill this out? Hey, you want to fill this out? In front of his date too, and I like kind of felt
Damn.
bad, but I'm also like,
Ooh.
what are you doing, dude? Just
Yeah.
like, just like either don't tip me or I don't know. Like you keep not filling it out but signing it.
Yep.
Like.
well, and I mean, like, you are asking me if I'm friends with you or not. Like, if you were actually my friend, you would want to tip me. So,
Right.
like, that
Right.
gives you the answer
Right.
to your question if we're friends or not. But, like, or like when they get in trouble and they're like, oh, I'm friends with Anna. I go, I don't know what? No, I
Yeah.
just serve you at the bar. I'm not your fucking friend.
Oh, dude, I bet that dude was heartbroken though.
But when people ask shit like that, like they're just like you're gonna hurt your own feelings. Sorry.
But I am nice. Like, I'm nice to the people that come into my bar. Not to you. I've known you way too long.
Yeah, clearly.
But I'm nice to all my bar patrons. But the thing is that, like, unless you're doing something that you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be doing, and I have to scold you for it, then obviously I'm not going to be nice to you. But like, I'm an acquaintance of yours. Like,
Yeah.
if you come into my bar a couple different times and you become a regular, or if I know you by your name, obviously you're going to be a friend per
Yeah.
se, but I'm not going to know really anything about your personal life until you tell
Yeah.
me. But we're not going to hang out outside of the bar.
Yeah, but also if you're not tipping me, I'm not gonna go out of my way to help you and serve you.
Yeah. It's not,
Like if
because,
they're
it's not worth
being
your time.
needy and you know that they're not gonna tip you and you're busy, like I'm not like gonna drop anything because you're my regular. Like if you're not tipping me,
If some guy's on
Okay.
a date and doesn't tip, I am for sure calling that out.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
that's
you
horrible.
don't tip bartenders? That's crazy.
As
Yeah.
soon as he goes to the bathroom, I'm just like, hey, just so you know.
No, in the face.
Dude didn't
Oh,
tip
you don't tip
Oh, yeah.
bartenders?
I think I would be
Cool.
like,
that's what I'm saying. Is like
Yeah.
that's what I'm like it's like a drug, dude. It's like
Yeah.
it's so nice.
like,
to,
do you do this everywhere?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Or
Yeah, I don't get like weird with it because you could say some like weird things to like a dude to be like, oh, you know, like whatever. I'm not gonna repeat
I
anything
have-
that's in my head, but
very often, like the guy will go to the bathroom and then the girl will like tip me more and be like, I know he's not
Yeah.
tipping you well.
yeah. I don't get what
It
it
sucks.
is. I don't
That's
get
embarrassing.
What it is. And also, what is the whole deal with like, I want to say younger, but they're probably like 21. Gen Z, we'll just categorize that. But like bringing in bottles to bars.
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
What is going on with that? I never once did that. Like if I even got into the bar, I'd be like, hell yeah, you know. But
So,
like,
my rule is always like when I see someone bring a drink in and I'm just like, hey, you clearly didn't buy that here. You can either pay for it again here or I'm going to take it away. And depending on if you just like give it up right away, that determines if you're allowed to stay.
right, yeah.
Mine are gas station cups. They're not bottles.
Yeah.
They're gas station
Or they,
cups.
yeah, they ask for a cup of
Oh.
ice.
Yeah, a cup
and it's
of
like
ice.
4 dudes asking for cups with ice, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
You can give me a
Let
dollar.
me
Yeah.
see what you got.
Yeah,
People
what?
bring in buzz balls a lot.
Holy
like the-
shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that
But
yet.
my favorite is when someone brings something in, Jeremiah just like swoops in, snags it out of their
Yeah.
hand, and pours it out right in front of them, making
On the
eye
floor.
contact with them. No, we have like a dump bucket for like old ice and stuff, and he just literally makes eye contact and dumps it out and says,
He's ruthless.
"Get out."
He's ruthless.
Amazing.
Is he such a baller move if he just grabbed it and chugged
chugged
it?
it.
He would.
And then
he
Yeah,
would.
he
He
Dude,
would.
oh my god. I don't
What are
think
you gonna
anybody,
do about it?
nobody would ever fuck with Jeremiah
No.
ever again.
So Jeremiah is one of our security guards at my bar and their bar. He works there over the weekends, and then
Great
he
guy.
works. He's amazing,
Very
and
nice.
he works
Very nice
for
man.
us at Tonic Sunday through Thursday. He's amazing, but sometimes he's so like upfront with people that they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even realize like what to do sometimes. So like what you said that you had a door guy. Do you normally have a door guy here?
Never.
Okay.
Never,
Okay.
ever.
So do you ever have incidences where you wish you had a door guy?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, I feel safe
People
when I'm
love
behind
to piss
Jeremiah.
here. I don't know why.
Oh,
People
yeah.
will just come in, make a
Go to
beeline
the
for the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Yeah.
And then like I remember there was one time it was like a group of like 20 that came in.
Yep.
They just all go to the bathroom and I was
yeah.
like, why here? These are the
Yeah.
worst bathrooms in a 2-block radius.
Yeah.
It's kind
And so like one of them sat down at the bar and I was like, can I get you anything? And they're like, no, we're just here to pee. And I'm like, that's a very bold thing to say to the bartender.
I've stopped letting people like come in. If I'm slow, I'll let them. But if it's like busy and they're like, "Can I just use the bathroom?" I'm like, "Have you ordered a drink?" I don't know.
So yeah, if they actually ask me, I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's for customers only. So if
Right.
you're gonna get something, yeah, have at it, go nuts. But
Right.
otherwise, no.
yeah.
Yeah, anywhere else, like if you were to go to Colorado or like the gas stations out there, they make you buy something before you go
Yeah.
to the bathroom. So
I
it's
feel like
not
that
an
was pretty
uncommon
common
thing.
practice everywhere.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, so like I was talking to this person that was at the bar, and then I was just like, "Can I ask you why you chose to come and piss here? Because this is like the worst decision you could have made."
Yeah.
There's
Lesbian
so
bar,
many.
dude.
Yeah. Well, no, and then the little told me, she's like, "Oh, because you guys don't check IDs." So I was like,
Are you
Oh, let me see
kidding?
your
I was like,
ID.
"I feel like you need to get the fuck out now."
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no one standing at the door and they can get in quicker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
That's exactly what it is.
I definitely had somebody too recently. What was it? No, his buddy. This is kind of off topic, but his buddy was like, "Hey, like check his ID," like as he was walking in, which he had just been checked by our bouncer, and then I did, and I looked at it, and the guy told me to like tell him it was fake or whatever, so I did, and the guy was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like the dude just checked my ID." I was like, "Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to leave, man. Sorry, dude." Like, I was like, it was some like town in Iowa, and I was just like, "Dude, this isn't even a real town, dude. I've lived here my whole life."
It's just what cheer.
And he was like, he started getting mad. And I was like, "Dude, I'm just kidding. Like, I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh my
joking.
God.
They told me to do this."
Oh my god.
I have seen like one ID though that it was so obviously fake. It was like clearly like a 15-year-old came in, and I was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I was like, "Let me see your ID." I look at it. It's for a 37-year-old, and I was just like, "I'm gonna keep this, and you need to leave."
Yeah. God,
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
it's so
It doesn't even look anything like you.
Yeah.
no, but like again, it's really hard to see who is like 21 nowadays because they,
They
look
look like
so young.
babies.
Yeah, they're so young.
Mm-hmm.
And one time this guy came in and I was like, "I need to see your ID," and he goes, I'm like your age." I took his ID and he is my age, but he looked like he was like 20, and it was very questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, I don't know what it is about IDs, and we've talked about this numerous of times.
Yeah.
Just give me your ID so
Right.
then we can just go about our business.
Yeah.
This
Don't find
is
me on it. It's
a
literally
law.
my job.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So like with your tap rules, what are your tap rules then? Here.
Oh, I guess if you're talking about the ones that are on the wall, it's tip us. If you don't, we will remember you.
Yes.
And
the
then
best one.
if you puke, you clean it. Which
Love it.
that has only ever happened once.
Yeah.
I like. No. A lot of people have puked, but only one person has ever
cleaned it up.
actually cleaned it up.
Oh, okay.
No, I remember like it was like probably like my first or second year like working here. There was this guy that was trying to be a big shot. He bought like a round of Patron for these 4 girls, and he did it, and then he immediately was just like, and then it just did not agree with him. Oh. And then like I don't even think he had been drinking that much that night. It was just like he just wasn't ready for the smoke, and
That reminded me of a story. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and then just like threw up right there.
No.
And then I saw him do it, and I was just like, "Did you just fucking throw up like right behind the bar, like right there, just right behind the bar?" And he's just like, "I'm sorry." I was just like, "You're gonna clean that up." He's like, "No, I'm not." And then he just fucking sprints out of the bar.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not.
And at that
my
point, I'm
God.
just like, "God damn it!"
Dude, yabba dabba dude that.
He's got the Scooby Doo wheels. Oh my god.
Sometimes
that's so
people
funny.
look sick and they're like too close to my tip jar, and I'm like, do not puke in my tip jar.
Oh my
Do not
god.
puke in my tip jar.
Stop. I feel like
What
we're
would
talking
you
about
do?
things that would possibly
would you
do
do?
that. I would fucking be no.
I don't
No,
even
not
know.
every
I
dog.
don't
No,
know.
I'm changing those
I
bills
don't
out
wanna-
for the register. The bank can deal with that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 That's a good point. But I mean, like, okay, let's say they use your tip bucket as a puke can. Like, how do you get your money out? Are you still like fishing it out? Like with
I think I'd run
I'm
it
leaving.
in this. I
Fucking
would
keep it.
I think I'd just run it in the sink. I'd let the water overflow in it and
Yeah.
just keep letting it go.
That's
would
the
smell-
right answer.
That's-
That's the right answer.
that is.
It just like, yeah, and like you can throw, if you guys have bleach, just throw some bleach in there, some Dawn, and just let the just water flow and have a really high water bill.
All the bills
but-
just turn white.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, this is actually a much bigger problem.
Oh, shit.
destroy
Yeah.
all of the money.
Hope your
Yeah.
receipts aren't in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that would be the worst too.
Yeah.
See, I've been thinking about that too. I don't put my receipts.
I
in
don't
my
either,
tip
not
bar- in
anymore.
yeah, I well, not because of that. I just do it because like I don't. It gets too full like in there.
Yeah.
I don't even keep a tip jar on the bar.
Oh really? You
Yeah.
just leave it.
No, people just put just cash where
What?
it's where it's
See,
wet.
I've seen
People
that a
leave-
lot, but I feel like when there is a tip jar out, it like reminds them to tip more. Or if someone has cash, then there's a tip jar there. They're like, oh, I should.
Oh, we have
Put
no
some
problem
cash in
reminding people that they need to.
I love that. I love that.
Have you
There's
had
been several times where it's like if someone like will just like go out of their way to write a zero or like a line on their receipt and they come up to order a second receipt. When you were talking about this earlier,
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's been plenty of times where I'm just like, hey, I will serve you again, but you need to make this a number greater than zero. Yeah. or this
A number
is
greater
over.
than zero. That's
Yeah.
so good.
Have you ever had
That's
any
really good.
backlash where you had someone say,
yeah.
no, I'm not tipping you?
Yeah.
And then
Well, yeah, no, like, they make a huge fuss about it. And I got a bad review once.
Because of that?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
What's it say?
Well, yeah. What? Can
we
we
read
find
it?
It's somewhere.
It's
yeah.
probably lost into the
Okay.
Yelp.
Oh my
The
gosh.
Yelp infinity.
can you
loop.
give us like just a gist of it?
I didn't tip, and then he refused to serve me again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's basically
That
what
was
it
basically what it was.
Okay, okay.
And then
Good review. Good review.
Yeah, and then pretty much like all of my friends are my coworkers and friends were just
Rightfully
like,
so.
yeah. Obviously, it wasn't worth your time to keep serving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny to also then complain about it.
The
Like,
audacity to go on Yelp where it's like,
Right.
hey, everybody, I don't tip people. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Could've just
This
thrown
guy,
$1
what a
down.
It's like
Yeah.
what a weird flex.
Yeah.
I didn't tip, and then the guy
Yeah.
yelled
Okay, I
at
did
me.
want to ask you guys. Okay, do you guys have like a water station set up, or
No, we need to.
I have worked at bars where we did have those.
we just got one for Ragbri last year, and I've been on a power trip ever since. It's the
Really?
best thing ever. Because like now on the weekends when we have it filled up, and someone's just like, "Can I just get a water?" Because like no one ever fucking tips on water.
Yeah.
and it's the most time consuming thing. It's so
Yeah,
much more time
unless you're
consuming than
Haley.
making a drink. What do you pour water fat? What,
No,
what,
no. Haley gets tipped on water.
I usually get tipped on water.
What are you doing? What are you doing to get tipped on water?
But she doesn't
Nothing.
tip on
I'm
water.
just really nice when they ask for water. They're like, I'm so sorry. Can I get a water? I'm like, don't be sorry. Of course you can have a water.
I say that all the time. You know what happened
Stay
to me at the
hydrated,
bar?
bitch.
You know what happened to me at the bar? Okay, this totally off topic, but okay, so this couple of friends came in. This lady was from LA, okay? She was very political, talking about all the protests that
Okay.
are going on right now.
They fucking love to talk about how
and-
much they're from LA.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
and,
was
and
gonna
I
say
never
LA.
shut the
as
fuck up
soon
about
as
it.
I didn't even want, because my family's from Southern California. So as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, you moved to LA. I got you. Like, you're fine. You're fine. You've been there for
You're
10
from
years.
Ohio,
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Whatever. And because it was not, she would not shut up about it, which is fine. She was very nice, actually, very nice. But she started getting more drunk and then more kind of political. And just to leave it as is, like, me and her were on the same side. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And this drunk like frat bro comes up to the bar like right next to them, right? Because they're sitting down, and he walks up and orders a drink. He's like, "Oh, you guys a beer?"
What?
And I was like, "What, dude? What are you talking about?" And then he was like, "Same thing." And then I was like, "Yo, you gotta speak English to me, man." And then she was like, "Don't say that." And I was like,
Whoa.
I was like, I didn't mean it like that, dude. You know that. I'm talking like, don't talk drunk. Like,
Don't talk gibberish.
Right,
Don't
like
talk Spanish.
enunciate.
Like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, dude. But yeah, it just like, it got me. I was like, I was like, seriously, right now? Like, you're gonna do this right now when
They
I'm
do.
busy
Oh,
behind the bar? Like,
I like to say those people go on Rumspringa, the ones that like leave here and they're like they leave and then they make it out and then they can't cut it there and then they come back. I call that going on Rumspringa because they go around telling people like I'm from there. No, you're not. You grew up in Johnston or Saskatchewan or who cares. You're from here.
Yeah.
either way, I just thought that was funny. It got me.
I wanted to ask you guys, like, what is like a nice thing? Like you said, it gave you a power trip for the water jug and things like that for the watering station. What other things have given you a power trip?
Ooh, that's good.
I mean, if I see someone come in stumbling, I'm just like, I'm not serving them.
Yeah.
Like I know immediately, like, yeah, I can't serve them. There was like, I remember there was one time someone came in so stumbly, like knocked over 2 chairs and a table on their way into the bar. And before they even like could speak, I was just like, absolutely not.
No.
That felt great. That felt
Don't even
great.
think about it.
Breaking up a fight, that's always been one. Like there was
Okay,
what
wait,
it's-
question.
Yeah.
Okay, is it the lesbians that are fighting?
No. It's
I'm sorry, I just needed to.
Statistically,
It's
they are.
rarely ever the lesbians that start shit.
Okay, just clarifying. Sorry.
Like,
I was like, I need
like-
to come here more often.
like there was like one incident over Pride. It was like a guy and a girl that started getting, and like he shoved her, and we're like, that's not cool. And so like I got in between them, and then he's like still shouting at her, and he's like shouting over me. He's just like, fuck you. And so I was like, hey, bud, hey. And then I just like essentially grab his face with both hands. And then I just start squeezing his cheeks together. And I'm just like, you need to calm the fuck down. And he's like, okay. And then he left. And then I was just like, I can't believe that worked. And then like the other bartender I was with, he was just like, I was ready to kill that guy. He was right behind him.
Yeah.
So I felt a little bit safer seeing that. But he was just like, I was kind of hoping he would swing on you so I could fucking kill that guy.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh.
That just reminds me of like just when you just try to act super crazy to get somebody to back off, basically, or you're like fucking kiss me right now.
Kiss
And
me
they're
on the
like,
mouth
what?
right now.
Yeah, they're like,
Oh my
what?
God.
What are you talking about? You're like, do it, kiss me, make out of me. They're like, I don't
like,
want any
what?
part of this, dude. And then
Jesus.
they leave.
Far away.
Yeah.
You sound like we've hung out when I'm blacked out before.
So where I work,
Preview for Patreon.
Exactly.
sorry, excuse me. So where,
Subscribe to Patreon if you want to see me and Bradley make out later.
so like where I work, I like to do like little things to help out the bartenders and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's where that like gives me like the little push and the power. Only because like when we're busy, we need to have the bottles topped. So like there's no point for the bottles not to be topped.
Yeah.
Because it's easier for us to grab them. We can restock them and things like that. And just basically being mindful of like stocking everything. But again, I like to set up the bar for success. And then that's what really like makes me happy. And especially for all the girls too. Cause like even like, let's say I don't work for a week, they realize that when I don't work, those little things aren't done, and those help them. They're very beneficial for them. And then
You went
they
so
start
much
doing
more
it.
wholesome with the
Yeah.
answer than I thought
Yeah.
we were going
You
to.
made me-
Oh
Yeah,
no,
made
you're
my
fine.
response
No,
look like
you're
shit.
fine. But that's like that was like my little happy like fuzziness. Now I'm gonna tell you what I really like doing.
Okay.
I like to scream motherfucker to people. I was like, no good motherfucker. You're not gonna talk to me that way. You can let the door hit you on the fucking way out. I love saying that to people, but that's only when people are getting really like aggressive towards me. It's like, I'm smaller than you. You really want to bully me because you're bigger than me
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
why they
smaller
can-
than you.
they-
Like,
that's why they bully you.
Yeah,
Right.
that's insane. I was,
Yeah, it's part of being a bully. It's like the only requirement.
no, I know, but like it just sucks because like when Jeremiah isn't there, he gets there at a certain time, and I have to deal with it's like the 30 minutes of chaos. Like if someone wants to get really aggressive with me, like they can stand 10 toes in front of me, and I'm just like, dude, I swear to God, if you come back behind this bar, there's so many things back behind here you don't want to get involved in.
Ooh, what do you guys have?
Not telling you.
Just bottles. She
Just
talks
bottles.
Like she talks like there's like brass knuckles and a Tommy gun. It's just bottles.
No, there's some other things
That
back
would
here.
still suck to get hit with a bottle though.
It
We
would.
got a baton.
It
We also
would.
got a hatchet.
Oh,
But the hatchet's
Oh,
like
yeah.
up on the wall.
it is up on the wall.
That was a fun story.
Yeah, wait, should we save that for Patreon,
Patreon.
also?
No, wait. No,
It's up to you.
No, we can tell that one.
Okay.
On main. That's fine. No, that was the hatchet's on the wall because like there was someone that how like Woolies will do like Taylor Fest. Mm-hmm. So there was like some guy that went over to Taylor Fest and was just there to just try and creep on girls.
Ew.
Eventually
Of
got
course.
kicked out. Went over to Up Down, did the same thing, got kicked out. Came over here, did the same thing, got kicked out, and he's just like, fuck, I'm 0 for 3. He's outside smoking, and some guy who was just walking down the sidewalk is just like, hey man, do you have an extra cigarette? He's like, no, this is my last one. And he's like, I'll trade you this hatchet for the rest of that cigarette. And he's just like, all right.
a good deal.
So he gets a hatchet for the rest of his cigarette, comes back in with the hatchet, and is just like, and is just like fucking out of his mind. He's just like, because he's just like, I'm gonna fuck or I'm gonna fight, and I can't fuck, so I'm gonna fight. And so he like comes in with a hatchet, and I love that this bar is like almost like it's kind of like policed by its regulars, because like he came in a little too far. And then like pulled the hatchet out and got
Tackle
crazy.
him.
So yeah, and like people just that were behind him just like grabbed him by the arms, pulled him outside.
It was just a mess of
and then,
flannel.
and then yeah, a bunch of people just
denim.
Jesus.
fucking beat the shit
Flannel
out of
took me a
him.
as far as the eye can see.
Fucking ran him
Oh
over
my
with their
God.
Subaru.
Yeah.
And so then yeah, we stole the hatchet and we signed it and dated it and we hung it up on
Wait,
the wall.
Haley, were you there?
That's
Did you run him
awesome,
over with
though.
your Subaru?
Yeah, that was me.
You got a Subaru? You got a Subaru?
I do.
Oh my god, I love it.
No, that would
That's so
terrify
funny.
me
That
though.
would be-
Genuinely,
Yeah.
if you're bartending and someone comes in with a weapon like that, I
Yeah.
would like
Oh, yeah.
not be okay.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that would be well,
And you-
especially if they start the fact that he traded it for a cigarette to like.
That's even,
basically-
but he was
That-
trying to hit on girls. So, like, if he
Yeah.
has that, like, was he like, you know, what?
Yeah.
That whole scenario was like scary.
He would literally hit on girls with the hatchet. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep. Not good.
Deep
Not
cut.
cool. Not cool.
Not caught.
That is wild.
I really don't think he knew that this was a lesbian bar.
Like-
Yeah.
Yeah, he
wrong,
really came in.
wrong bar for that.
Wrong
bucko.
team.
Wrong place to,
Wrong team,
to mess
dude.
around. So we actually should get into our happy hour. We were kind of on that roll. Like we should do our happy power trip.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
Whatever
happy,
you guys want
happy power.
to do. So, what's like your favorite thing? So, happy hour is basically like your favorite thing about working here. Like, what made you really happy this week, or like your last shift that you worked?
Or just in general.
Yeah,
bar
in
Just,
time.
I
general.
mean, I would say just in general, like I love the widespread clientele that this bar will have.
Yeah.
Like I have, like, you know, we'll go from anywhere between like 21-year-olds to like middle-aged people, and like it's fun to like that. This is a bar that like it just looks like a dive bar. It looks like somewhere you could stab that, but you never will because just like a lot of the people that come here are just so nice, and they're
Yeah.
just here to have a good time.
Yeah, that's the kind of environment you guys create. Is like,
Yeah.
at any point you could be stabbed, but you're not gonna be.
Well, that's the vibe of like the walls and stuff. Yeah,
that's
like,
an Always Sunny cut.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so like I'll just see like people from all different walks of life just like meet and then end up being friends and doing shots together, and it's just a really good time. And like it was probably like within a couple months of working here that I like finally saw the magic of this place. And I was like, this is actually all right. This is a really cool bar. Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
I like that.
We were talking like about like a bartender's high. I wanted to talk about just being in the flow state behind the bar. That is the best feeling.
I agree.
Just
that when you're
everything's
high on-
going right.
Is that when you're high on cocaine and a bottle of Jameson?
God damn it. No, that's the patron.
It's usually what it takes to get there. Yeah.
But like everything's pouring perfectly. All the bottles are right where you need them to be. You never run out of glassware.
Everyone's having a good time. No one's being a
Yeah.
The bottles are this short or this full.
dick. No one's tapping their card, being like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I wake up.
because it's a sick and twisted dream.
You don't run out of receipt paper.
No, usually if I'm dreaming about bartending, it's like a stress dream.
Yeah.
Like the ice bin is just full of water. Suddenly I'm just like, it's near shift change and someone shows up and like, hey, I'm here to train with you. This is actually a real dream that I've had before.
Really?
And then
Yeah.
like, there's people standing on top of the bar, people trying to come all the way around to make their own drink. And I'm like, what is happening?
I think that like my dreams of bartending just get mixed in with my real life, and I just don't even know it's a dream.
You don't know what was a shift or not.
Right.
Because this happened when we went to Kansas City too. I was like, did I dream that, or it was about your boyfriend's pants not being zipped?
Oh, I'll tell him that.
But I remember like, did I dream that, or was that like, did that really happen?
No, it really
And
happened.
it really did happen,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
unzipped.
It was probably both. I mean, you probably dreamed it, but I remember that.
I do dream
happening.
about him a lot.
Me too. Actually, Jaydn and I have a shared note. It's our dream diary about your boyfriend.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Guys, I
It's
I
very
support
specific.
that. Yeah. Wait, can I read it?
No,
It's Pride Month. You should let him read it.
true. All right, fine. $5.
What's your happy hour?
My happy hour actually
Was my
from-
Friday night shift.
It really was, dude. I killed it this weekend. I had a great time both Friday and Saturday. Other than what happened to my eye, I had a great time. Yeah.
I didn't even notice anything.
What happened to your eye?
Nothing, dude. Nothing.
It looks great.
Normal.
see it?
See under that.
Yeah.
Normal.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it looks great. You have beautiful blue eye.
Yeah.
Thank you. I try. But yeah, it was just a good weekend. I had a lot of fun. I was busy. I made good money. I worked at all 3 bars this weekend too, so I
Whoa.
doubled Friday and Saturday. So I think that's part of why I killed it also though too.
I
But I was like ready for it.
couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Do you ever go into a double weekend, double shift, and you're just like, I'm fucking gonna kill it?
No.
That's how I felt this last
I
week.
would
I-
never set my own schedule up to look like that. I would never
I had
agree to
take
do
the
that.
chance. I had to take the opportunity because I never get to work Fridays
There
and
is
Saturdays.
no amount of money I could possibly be making where I'm going to work 14 hours 2 days in a row.
No.
I mean, I needed it, but I did good. I did good.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I used to do that, and then COVID taught me I don't
Yeah.
want to do that anymore.
True.
yeah,
Very
I
true.
do that. I do that more often than most
Yeah.
because I work all day on Saturdays and then I worked all day on Monday, but I had that little break on Sunday, but I still have to work like 6 hours.
Honestly, I think
So
if
like
I
14,
could do
6,
it,
and 14.
I would do that at least like 2 or 3 times a month.
I do it all the time though. I do
I'm
it
just
every
saying I
Saturday. I
would
do a
if I
14-hour shift every Saturday.
Well, if you ever want my Friday again, let me know.
Oh, I got you for sure. I've been thinking about this for a while, and this is kind of like it's not really my douche of the week, but wait. Did you do your happy hour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we all did our happy hour.
Sure.
Okay, good. Okay, so, well, because his was the power trip. Okay, so into the douche of the week. My douche of the week. It's my least favorite thing to do behind the bar. It's not stocking. It's not cleaning. I swear to God, it's setting out coasters. I hate setting out coasters.
Oh yeah, I don't do that.
It's just annoying. Like, I don't know why. I always forget to do it. I never remember to do it. And then by the time I do have to like set them all out, there's people already sitting at the bar and I'm like throwing them at people. I don't know. And then they get dirty and stick to the bar. I don't know. I'm just over coasters and setting them out in general. That's my douche of the week. was
My
coasters.
douche of the week is people fighting just like over stupid shit when they're drunk.
Yeah.
I hate it. Like they literally fight over air. It's dumb.
Or like fighting over a basketball game.
That or like fighting over like some girls getting pissy with because some other girl decided to say something smart aleck about a guy. And yeah, I hate the fighting thing.
Yeah.
Especially when I don't want to call the cops on my friends that are like fighting and shit. And it's kind of hard where it's like you try to de-escalate the situation and you can't.
Yeah.
And then that's when you have to get like I warned you 6 times, gave you 6 times.
Yep.
Now I'm calling them. So yeah, I think that's the douche of the week is when people just want to be drunk and fight for
Yeah.
no reason.
Like, just need a reason to get out their feelings.
Yeah,
Gay.
but this is like
I'm sorry.
this was like
Feelings.
like over a guy too, and I'm just like, dude, there's other things that you should be wanting to fight about, but that ain't one. So, but people are gonna do it. So, yeah, I think that's my douche of the week is just people fighting in general,
Yeah.
me not being able to de-escalate it.
I want to add on to that because so the other thing too is when you have regulars, and for me, this is like usually about sports, but when you
Ugh.
have regulars and then they start arguing with somebody who's not a regular, and then they expect you, the bartender, to like back them up.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, dude, kick him out. I'm like, no, dude, you started it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna kick you
You
out
get
first.
out.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
give a shit if you're a regular. Like, I don't know. That's just
Just because you spend a
I-
lot of
I
money
agree
here
with that.
doesn't mean you have extra power.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
And it
yeah.
doesn't mean that I'm on your side every time either.
Yeah.
Like, we can have a conversation and I enjoy you coming in here, but like, yeah, I'm not going to always pick your side. Like, just because you do that.
When you're doing something wrong, I am gonna tell you you're doing something wrong, and I'm not gonna put up with it. And
Right.
for you to think that just because you're a regular that I'm gonna allow that to slide, I'm not.
Right.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a douche of the week?
Yeah, I think mine is please don't talk to me while I'm free pouring into a shaker.
That's so good. That's so good. That actually happened to me so
Yeah,
much.
like I'm
this
making
weekend.
12 shots right now.
Yeah.
Please hold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause
will
they're
be
asking,
with you in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 1 second. God.
You just ruined my count.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck.
like, or
Now I
like,
gotta
even like when
recount.
you like you see someone sitting there, and you're like, "Hey, I'll be right with you." Like, you acknowledge them.
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, like just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you. I'll be there in a second," and then just
Yep.
be like, "You're just like fucking 6," and then it's just like, "No,
Modelo.
no, 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 no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I'll be with you in a minute. I said good day, sir.
Oh my god.
That's good. Do you have one?
I actually have, I have a specific douche of the week. Yeah.
Love it.
Nice.
This guy I've never seen before came in with. Have you ever seen the movie Smile?
Yes.
You know,
I
like
just watched the
that,
second
like
one
that
recently.
creepy fucking thing they do right before they kill themselves. Oh, I'm not allowed to say it. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah. No,
Instagram.
you're fine.
My bad. trying to get you guys demonetized.
No, you're good.
Right before they unalive themselves in front of someone to pass on the curse, and they have that like that creepy
Smile.
fucking. So someone came in with that fucking smile. There's 18 open bar stools at the bar, and they chose to sit down in between 2 other people, and they were just like, "I'm gonna make this really awkward for you." And then I was like, "Hey man, everything you're doing right now, you need to stop doing. What is this?"
Yeah,
but
that's freaky.
To promote that movie, though, weren't they doing that as like a social experiment and to promote the movie? Like random people
Yeah.
would go out and just have that
For the
freaky
first one,
ass
they were, yeah.
smile.
They would
If he
do
would
it
have
at,
told
like-
me he was there to advertise for Smile 3, I still don't think I would have entertained it. No.
Yeah.
Because
it is freaky.
And
it
I was
does
just-
make you
Spooky.
think.
and I was just like, sit your ass on the other side of the bar. And then so he like moved stools. Or no, it was there's people that were already drinking here. They moved away from him. And I was just like, what are you drinking? He's like, a seltzer. And I'm just like, I was like, you know what? I'm not entertaining this.
Did you kick him out?
Yeah, I kicked him out. I was like, get the fuck out of it. I'm
Oh
not
my
dealing
Get
with
your
this.
freaky smiling ass out of here.
And then he's just like, I'm just doing a bit. And I'm like, I'm not entertaining this bit. Get the
Oh
fuck
my
out.
God.
Oh my god. That's not a
But
funny bit.
That's
Yeah.
my douche of the week. It's not a
Yeah.
funny bit. If you come in
Yeah.
and you're doing a bit, especially if you're just like oh, his ID's fake. I was like, don't joke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, I fucking hate it when someone like jokes about they're just like when they joke about roofing someone's drink.
Yeah.
That's not
No.
funny. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
It's like funny if you do it for yourself, I guess. But like, yeah, if you're like, oh, I don't like, please roofie my drink or whatever when you leave, it's like, really?
I don't even like it when someone's just like, make sure you use 2. 'cause
Yeah, right.
I have
Yeah.
a tolerance. I'm just like, shut up. That's not funny.
No.
Yeah. Well, with that, don't roofie people's drinks
Jesus Christ.
ever, and don't joke about it. Don't make dumb jokes at the bar.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. And all right, so yeah, let's wrap up this and get into our Patreon. If you're not subscribed on Patreon, make sure you do that. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you follow Locust Tap on everything. What's your socials?
I think we have Locust Tap DSM on
Okay.
Instagram.
Cool.
And just Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
We're
Cool.
very we don't have a whole lot of socials.
Hell
We
yeah.
like to keep it old school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta. You gotta. All right. Well, make sure you follow all of them and follow us. And thank you for being here. We're going to get into our Patreon, which is a whole extra hour of, extra 30 to 45 minutes.
Got some juicy stories.
An episode. Yeah. Juicy stories. We're going to figure out why Brett Michaels
stories.
was all over Bradley. All right. All right. So with that, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
For richer, for poor. Thanks
Thank you
for watching, Poor People.
people.